KCC105 for week number 8. We're talking about annotations. In particular, we want to annotate graphics from week number 6, and we're going to do that in Google Drawings. Let me show you how. Week number 6 graphic. Here's my version from IBM. I talked about the IBM stock price. The red line shows the stock price. The dotted line shows the volume. Okay, so we got that. Down here, I have some questions. I'm saying, well, looking at that, wow, that's a big peak here. Wow, this looks pretty level. This is going up. All these questions, and these are good questions, the good graph. And I'll be honest, all your week number 6 work looked great as well. However, if you focus on the little details, there's one thing we can improve. We have to look up here for the legend. Then we look here at the data, and then we look down here for the question, and we got to go from the question back to the graph, and my eyeballs are going up and down, all that. Attention matters. If you've taken a marketing class, you know that. I want to put my reader's attention right in one place. Here's the information. Here's the facts. You get the information. So how could I combine this? How could I get rid of this legend? How can I get rid of these questions and annotate the graph directly? That's what we're going to do right here. In particular, I started week number 8. This is going to be my week number 8 graphic, and I'm going to replace these questions with annotations. And you see one thing, I've already replaced the legend. I just deleted it. Let's figure out how to put the label directly on the lines. So I'm in Google Drawings. That's what the tool I'll show you how to walk through the process with. And you'll see here up on top of Google Drawings, there's different ways I can edit my picture. I can add a line. I can add shapes, text box. I can add new images, like that's how I got this little picture of a computer and so forth. But in particular, if I just want to label these lines directly, a text box should work out just fine. So I click the T, and you'll see now I have this little cursor. The cursor helps me because I can label right next to the graph. Directly, I could position it anywhere I want. The red line, what did that represent? That was my price index. You'll see my labels coming in pretty big here. I might want to resize that, but I'll let you do those aesthetic considerations later. I'm going to highlight that price index. That's a bright red line. Let me match it. Up here, the A, the text color, let me make it bright red. And I can position, I can get it up just close like that. And now I have a direct label right on the graph. Does it help? Does it not? I'm going to let you be the ultimate judge. Maybe you say, that's too big, I got to resize it. Maybe you say, I don't like it on the right side. Maybe I'm going to move it way over here on the left side. These are judgments for you to make. I'm going to start on, I prefer the right side, but that's just me. But you get the idea. If you want to label the graphs directly, text box, position it, type, and then highlight what you got, and you can change the color. You can also change the size. You can do all sorts of things. My guess is if you're really curious, you can even angle things just so. Look at that little blue dot on the top. Ooh, I can tilt things around. Does that help? I'm going to let you make the call. Google Sheets, I can label those graphs directly. All right, now, questions to explore. If you went through the brief reading, I said, hey, these are longer sentences. I want to make quick summaries. More text on the graph, things get cluttered. So how can I take this question and put it right on the graph? Well, I'm talking about 2014. Okay, well, first thing is I need to get some text right on late 2014. And you see I'm talking about right about here because you see the red line goes down, the volume goes up. So I want to somehow focus the reader's attention right here. Not here, not the text box. That can help, but if you go next door to shapes, there's something called a call-out. This is like back in the, you read in the funny papers on the Sunday newspaper or comic books. This is a way I can get some text, and I can click this little triangle here, and I can focus that triangle right where I'm looking at. So maybe I'll leave it right about there. And now I can start to type. I can say, the price declined, and the volume went up. Why? Really quick. Really quick, just a short sentence and the question, the why. If you know the answers, obviously, maybe you'd want to put some more in here. But here, I'm just getting the reader's attention to say, look at this point. Something happened. Why? Generate that exploratory question, but I'm going to annotate the graph. Let's do one more. Why did the volume level off in 2016? So here's 2016. You can see it's leveling right about here. Yeah, there's no ups and downs. There's little ups and downs, but it's relatively flat. I'm going to go back up to my little call out. Let me do the rounded one. And remember, style things, this one's above the graph. Maybe I want to balance out, put this one below the graph. I click the little, let me get that, there he is. Get the little triangle, put it up right here. Okay. The volume is relatively flat here. Why? You get the idea. And now I have same title I had before, the same little graphics. The graph is relatively the same. I'm just labeling it differently. I'm annotating it. And now these questions down here, they're redundant. I've got them on the graph. I don't need them down here. So I can just highlight this box, boom, delete. And now I have a really kind of streamlined graphic. Is it better or is it worse? You know, those are judgment calls. I'll let you decide. But certainly, this is the week number 8 assignment for you, to annotate the labels, annotate the exploratory questions, and maybe you wanted to rearrange. Maybe I can make my graph, I can shorten it up a little bit because I don't need the bottom down here. Maybe you want to rewrite this little description. But this is what your week number 8 assignment is going to look like. Using a text box, using the callouts, you should be able to annotate your graph with some exploratory questions and your labels for the lines. Any questions, reach out via email. I'll look for your week number 8 submissions. And also, one other thing about the submissions, I need a graphic submission. I also need a spreadsheet submission for week number 8. Check course documents. It has all the instructions there. Questions, reach out an email.